Question 1. An Agile team has completed an iteration, and during the iteration review, the stakeholders express concerns that a key feature developed is not meeting their immediate needs, despite being built to specification. Which Agile principle is most relevant for the team to consider in this situation? A. Sustainable development. B. Simplicity. C. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. D. Technical excellence. Answer: C. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. This situation highlights the importance of customer collaboration, a core Agile principle, which prioritizes continuous engagement with stakeholders to ensure the product genuinely meets their evolving needs rather than strictly adhering to initial contracts or specifications. Even if a feature is built to specification, if it doesn't serve the current needs, it indicates a gap in understanding or a change in requirements that ongoing collaboration could address. For example, regularly involving the customer in review meetings and seeking frequent feedback helps ensure alignment. Always remember that active, ongoing customer involvement is crucial for delivering true value. Question 2. A product owner is struggling to prioritize the backlog items, as many stakeholders believe their requests are the highest priority. Which technique would be most beneficial for the product owner to employ to gain clarity and align stakeholders? A. Moscow prioritization. B. Gantt chart creation. C. Critical path method. D. Resource leveling. Answer: A. Moscow prioritization. Moscow prioritization is an Agile technique used to classify requirements into 4 categories: must-have, should-have, could-have, and want-have, helping to clarify priorities and manage stakeholder expectations effectively. This method forces a discussion about what is truly essential for the current increment, what is highly desired, what would be nice to have, and what is out of scope. For instance, when launching a new app, must-have could be user login, should-have could be push notifications, and could-have could be advanced analytics. Utilizing Moscow helps teams focus on high-value items first, ensuring stakeholder alignment on what delivers the most immediate benefit. Question 3. During an Agile project, the team observes that the number of defects found during testing has remained consistently high across several iterations. Which Agile practice is specifically designed to address and improve such process issues? A. Daily stand-up. B. Sprint planning. C. Iteration retrospective. D. Product backlog refinement. Answer: C. Iteration retrospective. The iteration retrospective is a key Agile ceremony held at the end of each iteration, specifically designed for the team to inspect their process and adapt it for continuous improvement. This meeting provides a dedicated space for the team to discuss what went well, what could be improved, and to identify actionable items to address challenges like a consistently high defect rate. For example, the team might decide to implement more pair programming or introduce a new peer review step to reduce defects. Regularly holding retrospectives fosters a culture of continuous learning and adaptation, helping the team optimize its ways of working. Question 4. An Agile team is new to Scrum and is having difficulty understanding their roles and responsibilities, leading to confusion and duplicated efforts. Which Scrum role is primarily responsible for coaching the team in Scrum practices and removing impediments? A. Product owner. B. Project manager. C. Scrum master. D. Development team member. Answer: C. Scrum master. The Scrum Master acts as a servant leader and coach for the Scrum team, responsible for ensuring the team understands and adheres to Scrum values, principles, and practices. This includes guiding the team on their roles and responsibilities, facilitating Scrum events, and proactively identifying and removing impediments that hinder the team's progress. For instance, if team members are unsure about who should update the task board, the Scrum Master clarifies the process. The Scrum Master's role is crucial in fostering a self-organizing and high-performing team by nurturing their understanding and application of Scrum. Question 5. In an Agile context, what is the primary purpose of a spike? A. To address a critical production bug immediately. B. To explore an unknown area, such as a new technology or complex requirement. C. To demonstrate a completed feature to stakeholders. D. To refine user stories in the product backlog. Answer: B. To explore an unknown area, such as a new technology or complex requirement. A spike in Agile is a short, time-boxed investigation or experiment, often used to research a technical problem, explore a new technology, or gain a deeper understanding of a complex requirement. The goal is to reduce uncertainty and risk before committing to development work, rather than producing shippable code. For example, a team might conduct a spike to determine the feasibility of integrating with a new API before designing the feature. Spikes help Agile teams make more informed decisions and estimate work more accurately by tackling technical unknowns upfront. Question 6. A core tenet of Agile is to embrace change throughout the project lifecycle. Which Agile manifesto principle best reflects this idea? A. Individuals and interactions over processes and tools. B. Working software over comprehensive documentation. C. Responding to change over following a plan. D. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Answer: C. Responding to change over following a plan. One of the foundational principles of the Agile Manifesto is responding to change over following a plan, which emphasizes the importance of adaptability and flexibility in an Agile environment. This means that while planning is valuable, the ability to incorporate new insights, stakeholder feedback, or market shifts throughout the project is prioritized over strict adherence to an initial, rigid plan. For example, if market research reveals a new user need mid-project, an Agile team would adjust its backlog to incorporate it rather than dismiss it as out of scope. This principle enables Agile teams to deliver products that remain relevant and valuable in dynamic environments. Question 7. A product owner is prioritizing the backlog and wants to incorporate the cost of delay for each feature. Which Agile prioritization technique explicitly considers the financial impact of delaying a feature's delivery? A. Relative weighting. B. Kano model. C. Weighted shortest job first, WSJF. D. Affinity grouping. Answer: C. Weighted shortest job first, WSJF. Weighted shortest job first, WSJF, is a prioritization model commonly used in scaled Agile frameworks, which calculates priority by dividing the cost of delay, COD, by the job size, duration. This technique explicitly considers the economic impact of delaying a feature, making it highly effective for maximizing economic value in product development. For instance, a feature with high cost of delay and small job size would receive a higher WSJF score, indicating it should be prioritized. WSJF helps teams make data-driven decisions that deliver the most business value fastest. Question 8. A newly formed Agile team is struggling with self-organization, often looking to the project manager for direction on daily tasks. How can a servant leader best support this team's development? A. Assigning tasks to each team member daily to ensure progress. B. Providing detailed instructions and monitoring their execution closely. C. Coaching the team to make their own decisions and remove obstacles for them. D. Taking over difficult technical problems to ensure timely resolution. Answer: C. Coaching the team to make their own decisions and remove obstacles for them. A servant leader in Agile focuses on empowering the team, fostering their ability to self-organize, and removing impediments, rather than directing or controlling their work. By coaching the team to make their own decisions and proactively removing any obstacles they face, the servant leader enables the team to grow in autonomy and effectiveness. For example, if the team needs a specific tool, a servant leader would facilitate getting that tool rather than dictating how they use existing ones. This approach cultivates a trusting environment where teams feel empowered to take ownership and solve problems collaboratively. Question 9. What is the primary purpose of a Kanban board in an Agile project? A. To manage resource allocation across multiple projects. B. To visualize the workflow, limit work in progress, WIP, and maximize efficiency. C. To create a detailed schedule for future iterations. D. To track budget expenditure and financial forecasts. Answer: B. To visualize the workflow, limit work in progress, WIP, and maximize efficiency. The primary purpose of a Kanban board is to provide a visual representation of the workflow, allowing teams to see the status of work items at a glance and identify bottlenecks. A core Kanban practice is to limit work in progress, WIP, which helps reduce multitasking, improve focus, and promote a smoother flow of value through the system. For instance, a Kanban board with "to do," in progress, and "done" columns, with WIP limits on "in progress," clearly shows bottlenecks when the limit is reached. Visualizing work and limiting WIP are powerful ways to enhance efficiency and accelerate delivery in an Agile environment. Question 10. An Agile team has identified several high-priority risks that could impact their ability to deliver value. What is the most effective approach for managing these risks in an Agile context? A. Create a detailed risk register and update it annually. B. Address risks proactively through continuous attention and frequent communication. C. Transfer all risks to external vendors. D. Ignore risks until they become issues that block progress. Answer: B. Address risks proactively through continuous attention and frequent communication. In Agile, risk management is an ongoing, continuous activity integrated into daily work, rather than a separate, static process. Teams proactively identify, assess, and address risks through frequent communication, transparency, and adaptive planning. For example, potential technical challenges or external dependencies are discussed in daily stand-ups and sprint planning, and mitigation strategies are incorporated into the backlog. This continuous attention and open communication enable teams to anticipate and respond to risks quickly, minimizing their potential impact on value delivery. Question 11. During a product backlog refinement session, the team realizes that several user stories are too large and complex to be completed within a single iteration. What should the team do with these stories? A. Move them to a separate, future features, backlog. B. Break them down into smaller, more manageable user stories. C. Assign them to a dedicated, architectural team, to complete. D. Defer them indefinitely until more resources are available. Answer: B. Break them down into smaller, more manageable user stories. If user stories are too large or complex for a single iteration, the Agile practice is to decompose them into smaller, more manageable stories that can be completed within a sprint. This process, often called splitting or story slicing, ensures that each smaller story still delivers value, is independently testable, and contributes to the overall goal. For example, a user can manage profile story might be split into user can update email and user can change password. Breaking down stories improves estimability, increases flow, and allows for earlier delivery of incremental value. Question 12. A new team member joins an existing Agile team and finds it difficult to understand the current progress and remaining work. Which Agile artifact would best provide a quick visual overview of the team's progress toward completing the work in the current iteration? A. Product backlog. B. Release burndown chart. C. Sprint backlog. D. Task board. Answer: D. Task board. A task board, often a physical or digital whiteboard with columns like "to do," "in progress," and "done," provides a real-time visual representation of the work being done in the current iteration. It helps the team and new members quickly grasp the status of tasks, identify bottlenecks, and understand the flow of work. For instance, a new team member can see at a glance which tasks are assigned, which are actively being worked on, and what remains. The task board promotes transparency and provides a clear, immediate understanding of the team's current work items and progress. Question 13. An Agile team is struggling with consistently meeting their sprint commitments. The Scrum Master notices that the team is frequently interrupted by new requests from stakeholders during the sprint. What is the most appropriate action for the Scrum Master to take? A. Negotiate with stakeholders to reduce interruptions during the sprint. B. Instruct the team to work overtime to meet commitments. C. Add more team members to increase capacity. D. Tell the product owner to stop interacting with stakeholders. Answer: A. Negotiate with stakeholders to reduce interruptions during the sprint. One of the Scrum Master's key responsibilities is to protect the development team from external interference during the sprint, allowing them to focus on achieving the sprint goal. Frequent interruptions from stakeholders can destabilize the sprint commitment and reduce team productivity. The Scrum Master should negotiate with stakeholders to route new requests through the product owner for proper prioritization and backlog management. For example, the Scrum Master might explain the impact of interruptions on predictability and propose a consistent communication channel. Protecting the sprint scope enables the team to maintain focus and predictability. Question 14. In Agile, what is the primary benefit of continuous integration? A. To deploy software directly to production after every code commit. B. To minimize the time and effort required for manual testing. C. To quickly detect and address integration issues early in the development cycle. D. To generate comprehensive documentation automatically. Answer: C. To quickly detect and address integration issues early in the development cycle. Continuous integration, CI, is an agile engineering practice where developers frequently integrate their code changes into a shared repository, often multiple times a day. The primary benefit of CI is to quickly detect and resolve integration issues, bugs, and conflicts early in the development process, significantly reducing the complexity and cost of fixing them later. For example, if a developer's new code breaks an existing feature, CI will immediately flag the issue. Early detection through continuous integration ensures a more stable code base and a smoother delivery pipeline. Question 15. A product owner needs to define the scope for the next product increment. Which Agile tool helps in depicting user roles, their goals, and the activities they perform to achieve those goals? A. Story map. B. Burn-up chart. C. Value stream map. D. Control chart. Answer: A. Story map. A story map is an Agile tool that provides a visual representation of the user's journey through a product, organized by activities and tasks. It helps product owners and teams understand the overall user experience, identify gaps, and effectively prioritize features for releases by showing the functional breadth and depth. For instance, a story map for an e-commerce site might show browse products, add to cart, and checkout as major activities, with specific user stories underneath each. Story mapping helps ensure a holistic understanding of the product and its value to the user. Question 16. A key principle of lean thinking, heavily influential in Agile, is the concept of eliminating waste. Which of the following is considered a form of waste in an Agile project? A. Continuous learning. B. Excessive documentation. C. Daily stand-ups. D. Pair programming. Answer: B. Excessive documentation. In Lean and Agile, waste refers to any activity that consumes resources but does not add value to the customer. Excessive documentation, particularly documentation that is rarely used or quickly outdated, is considered a form of waste because it consumes time and effort without directly contributing to valuable, working software. For example, spending weeks creating a detailed, upfront requirements document that will likely change is considered waste in an Agile context. Focusing on minimal, just-in-time documentation helps Agile teams optimize their efforts and prioritize value creation. Question 17. An Agile team wants to foster psychological safety within the team. Which action by the team leader would most effectively contribute to this goal? A. Strictly adhering to predefined processes and discouraging deviations. B. Encouraging open discussion, active listening, and respecting diverse opinions. C. Assigning individual accountability for all successes and failures. D. Making all decisions for the team to ensure efficiency. Answer: B. Encouraging open discussion, active listening, and respecting diverse opinions. Psychological safety is a shared belief that the team is safe for interpersonal risk-taking, where members feel comfortable expressing ideas, asking questions, admitting mistakes, and raising concerns without fear of negative consequences. A team leader fosters this by creating an environment that encourages open discussion, active listening, and respect for all opinions, even dissenting ones. For example, the leader might explicitly invite criticism or acknowledge their own errors. This creates a foundation of trust where team members feel safe to be vulnerable and contribute fully, leading to better collaboration and innovation. Question 18. What does definition of done, DoD, primarily provide for an Agile team? A. A list of all features to be developed in the project. B. A clear, shared understanding of when a product increment is complete and ready for release. C. The metrics used to measure team velocity. D. A detailed plan for all upcoming sprints. Answer: B. A clear, shared understanding of when a product increment is complete and ready for release. The definition of done, DoD, is a crucial artifact in Agile that provides a checklist of criteria that a product increment must meet to be considered done, shippable, or potentially releasable. It creates a shared, clear understanding within the team and with stakeholders about the quality standards and completeness required for each increment. For example, a DoD might include code reviewed, tests passed, and documentation updated. Having a clear DoD promotes transparency, ensures quality, and helps the team deliver consistently valuable increments. Question 19. An Agile team is performing its daily work, and a team member encounters a significant technical impediment that they cannot resolve alone. What is the most appropriate first step for this team member to take? A. Stop working and wait for the Scrum Master to resolve it. B. Inform the product owner immediately to reprioritize the backlog. C. Seek help from other team members and the Scrum Master. D. Create a detailed report for senior management about the impediment. Answer: C. Seek help from other team members and the Scrum Master. When an Agile team member encounters an impediment, the most effective first step is to seek assistance from within the team, including other team members and the Scrum Master. Agile teams are designed to be collaborative and self-organizing, leveraging collective intelligence to overcome challenges. The Scrum Master's role, in particular, is to help remove impediments that the team cannot resolve on its own. For instance, if a developer is stuck on a coding problem, they might first consult a peer, and if still unresolved, then raise it to the Scrum Master. This collaborative approach ensures quick resolution and keeps the team progressing. Question 20. An Agile team has multiple stakeholders with conflicting priorities for the product backlog. Which characteristic of user stories can help the product owner manage these conflicts more effectively during prioritization discussions? A. Independent. B. Negotiable. C. Valuable. D. Testable. Answer: B. Negotiable. User stories are intentionally negotiable, meaning they are not rigid contracts but rather placeholders for conversations between the development team and stakeholders. When conflicting priorities arise, the negotiable nature of user stories allows the product owner to facilitate discussions, explore alternatives, and find compromises that deliver the most value, satisfying various stakeholder needs. For example, instead of a rigid requirement, a user story sparks a dialogue about the underlying need, allowing flexibility in the solution. This encourages collaboration and helps bridge gaps in understanding, leading to a more aligned and accepted backlog. Question 21. What is the primary focus of the leadership domain in the updated PMI-ACP Exam Content Outline, 2024 ECO? A. Detailed financial management and budget control. B. Team leadership, management, and facilitation in an agile environment. C. Creating comprehensive project schedules and Gantt charts. D. Managing vendor contracts and external procurements. Answer: B. Team leadership, management, and facilitation in an agile environment. The leadership domain in the updated PMI-ACP Exam Content Outline specifically emphasizes the importance of effective leadership, management, and facilitation within an agile context. This includes fostering a collaborative environment, coaching team members, removing impediments, and promoting self-organization, rather than traditional command and control methods. For example, an agile leader would facilitate discussions to help the team solve problems themselves instead of dictating solutions. This domain ensures candidates understand the facilitative and empowering role of an agile leader in supporting high-performing teams. Question 22. Which agile concept emphasizes the continuous delivery of small, valuable increments of working software to the customer? A. Big design up front, BDUF. B. Waterfall methodology. C. Iterative and incremental development. D. Comprehensive documentation. Answer: C. Iterative and incremental development. Iterative and incremental development is a cornerstone of Agile, emphasizing the delivery of working software in small, frequent cycles, iterations, that continuously build upon previous increments. This approach allows for early and continuous feedback from stakeholders, reduces risk by delivering value frequently, and enables adaptation to changing requirements. For instance, instead of building a whole system at once, an agile team delivers a core piece, then adds more functionality in subsequent iterations. This method ensures that value is consistently delivered and feedback is integrated throughout the project lifecycle. Question 23. An agile team has completed an iteration, and the product owner wants to evaluate the actual output against the planned work to understand the team's capacity and predictability for future iterations. Which metric would be most useful for this purpose? A. Earned value, EV. B. Return on investment, ROI. C. Velocity. D. Critical chain. Answer: C. Velocity. Velocity is an agile metric that measures the amount of work, typically in story points, an agile team can complete within a single iteration. By tracking velocity over several iterations, the product owner and team can gain insights into their average capacity and predictability, which is crucial for forecasting future work and setting realistic expectations. For example, if a team consistently completes 30 story points per iteration, they can use this velocity to estimate how many iterations it will take to complete a larger set of work. Understanding velocity helps teams plan more effectively and communicate their progress accurately. Question 24. A cross-functional agile team is experiencing some interpersonal conflicts that are impacting their collaboration and productivity. What is the most effective approach for the team to address and resolve these conflicts in an agile manner? A. Refer all conflicts to senior management for resolution. B. Encourage open communication, active listening, and facilitated discussions. C. Implement strict rules and penalties for conflict situations. D. Assign a single individual to mediate and make final decisions. Answer: B. Encourage open communication, active listening, and facilitated discussions. In an agile environment, conflicts are viewed as opportunities for growth and improvement, and teams are encouraged to resolve them directly through open communication and facilitated discussions. Promoting active listening and creating a safe space for team members to express their perspectives helps uncover the root causes of conflict and find mutually agreeable solutions. For instance, the Scrum Master might facilitate a conversation during a retrospective where team members can express their concerns constructively. This approach fosters a healthy team dynamic, strengthens relationships, and improves overall collaboration. Question 25. What is the primary objective of adaptive planning in Agile project management? A. To create a comprehensive, fixed plan at the beginning of the project. B. To develop highly detailed, long-term forecasts for all project phases. C. To continuously adjust plans based on new information and feedback. D. To eliminate all forms of planning in favor of pure spontaneity. Answer: C. To continuously adjust plans based on new information and feedback. Adaptive planning is a core tenet of Agile, recognizing that projects operate in complex, ever-changing environments. Its primary objective is to continuously adjust and refine plans throughout the project lifecycle based on new information, feedback from delivered increments, and evolving requirements. This iterative approach allows teams to remain flexible and responsive, rather than adhering to a rigid, upfront plan that may become obsolete. For example, a team might reprioritize backlog items or adjust sprint goals based on recent market feedback. This continuous adaptation ensures the project remains aligned with current needs and delivers maximum value.